Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
I got my chip-chip-a-roo. I got my chip-chip-a-roo. I got my chip-chip-a-roo. I got chip-chip-a-roo. Oh, I messed that up, but
that
that's
was
okay.
Delightful.
Yeah.
That was
I
delightful.
love that song. Don't you
Me
love that
too.
song?
I just like music that makes you feel good.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Bob's Credits.
This is a fun episode.
It is a fun episode. It's probably one of the most popular episodes, I'd say.
I feel like I'm not on the internets as much as you are, but I feel like there's probably just like an underground fan group for this particular episode.
I feel like I've read through a lot of rankings, like best Bob. This is always on the list.
We're
of
talking
best
about
Bobs.
the Equestranauts episode.
Yeah. But before we get into that,
We have a game to play.
Bob pun or Max pun.
Let's go.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your first pun is the "My heart will go prawn" burger.
You.
Yes.
Max really likes shrimp.
Oh, I fucking love shrimp, man.
Did you write that after we got back from the seafood store today?
No,
Okay.
we got shrimp today.
Yeah, everyone.
Skylar's like, "Do you want half a pound or pound of shrimp?" Pound. How dare you insult me? Your next pun is, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a yam" burger.
Oh, I love this. Bob.
Max.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Your next pun is, "At first I was afraid I was petrified egg burger."
Please be you.
It is me.
I was obsessed with that song when I was like 13. Anyway,
Really?
yeah.
It's an interesting song to be obsessed with. I guess it's
I had
timeless.
a dance to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Of course you did. We all did.
Yeah.
Your last pun is the "smells like bean spirit" burger.
I love this one too. Bob?
Yes.
It-
You almost got all of those? Almost got all of them.
Almost.
Yeah.
75%.
Should we get into the episode?
Yep.
Okay. Skylar, even though you told us it, can we have the title and followed by the synopsis, please?
The
For,
title.
let's see here. Sorry. Season 4, episode 17.
Absolutely. The title is The Equestranauts. Tina goes to Equestricon, which turns out not to be for kids at all. It's just a bunch of grown men galloping around in horse costumes. There, she gets her beloved rare edition chariot doll swindled from her from Bronconius. There's only one way to get it back. Bob must learn everything there is to know about the Equestranauts, dress up in a horse costume, and infiltrate these Equesticles. Can I get an applause for that? There were so many words that were so hard to say. And
Yes. All the Quest stuff is very difficult.
yeah, it's hard for me.
So you have my applause. And I like to assume that people are clapping right now at home.
If they're
listening to
driving,
this, or
just-
wherever they are. Yeah,
okay.
just lift your hands off the steering wheel. Give a little clap, clap. This episode came out on March 13th, 2014. It was written by Dan Mintz and directed by Tyree Dillay. If that name Dan Mintz sounds familiar, it's because he provides the voice for Tina Belcher.
Tina.
Little fun fact for you to jump into that based on this writing. This is the first episode to be written by a cast member. Eventually,
I love
H. John
that.
Benjamin, who plays, does the voice of Bob, he co-writes 3 episodes moving forward, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I always wonder when actors write episodes, because it's very common, do they have to go and be in the writer's room, or do they just get assigned it and get to do it by themselves?
If they're not typically in the writing room, because
Yeah.
a lot of times I feel like
The Office was in and out, in and out.
around the time of when Bob started, maybe writers started being performers as well, or performers were writers as well.
But this feels like there's a writer's room, and then there's the voice talent.
Yeah, I don't think he's typically on the writing staff, but I don't know. I don't know if there's just
Because that sounds like a sweet gig to be like, I'm not going to come to your 9 to 5 day job. Just send over the outline and I'll write the episode.
Yeah, I don't know what the process is if you're not like on the typical writing staff and you're in the cast and, you know, do you go in for that week and kind of like brainstorm or do you just kind of get sent, this is your episode, this is, you know, what we discussed? I don't know.
Okay.
Dan Mintz, if you want to come on the show and tell us.
We'd love to know.
Yeah. Or just any of the writers or any of the cast. Come talk with us or the crew. I don't care. Anyone. I'll talk to anyone. Look, I don't even care who it is.
You literally will talk to no one.
That's true. Good point. But on the podcast, I might. I'm a different person.
Oh my God. We got stopped on a walk the other day. And someone started chatting with us.
I'm not having it.
No. Okay. Anyway.
How do you feel about this episode? As we mentioned, it's probably one of the more popular episodes.
Yeah.
It's one of the more standout episodes, I'd say, from our first viewing. It's not my favorite, but you remember it. You don't forget, like, Bob in that horse costume is like iconic.
That's exactly how I feel too. So even just our first watch through of the whole series, this one will stand out in your head. It's not like necessarily my absolute favorite, but I love Bob in that costume. I love moments where he goes above and beyond for Tina, which we've discussed. He goes above and beyond for her more than any other. Yeah. Which is really sweet.
Yeah, it's like first child syndrome.
Yeah. And then I love the father-daughter, her like teaching him this world a lot. And I love the kids pretending they're like spies and stuff. Like Jean's like, take a cyanide pill. I love that. So, but I'm not a hyper fan of it.
And to go back on like the Tina Bob, I think it has to do with Louise is so sure of herself, and Gene is too. Gene's like loves himself. He loves his body. He loves, he thinks he's super talented.
Yeah.
And Tina is a little awkward and uncomfortable and is kind of in that phase. And that has to do, I think that has to do with their ages too. 100%. Like you're definitely at 8, 9 years old, 10, you're a lot more confident than when you start going through puberty and experiencing being a teenager.
The Tammys of the world.
So I think that's kind of where Bob has a softer spot for Tina over the other two.
It's the best.
He would go to bat for any of them, but just like, especially for Tina, he's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Protective?
Yes, that's what I was looking for. That's why you're here. You always know how to find the
word you're looking for.
There you go. I set you up there. Okay, let's get through some of the fun facts here. But one of the other more memorable things from this is Bronconius, I'd have to say.
I hate him.
Yes,
sorry to interrupt you. I love his design because the pink and black costume, they just make me angry at him.
There's something about him, like that you don't know his real name. You don't know what he looks like outside of that horse costume. He's just awful.
He's such a scumbag.
This gives me an idea. Over on Patreon, we should do like the best Bob's villains or the worst Bob's villains or something like that.
Who's the meanest of them all?
Yeah.
He might be up there.
Definitely.
He's horrible. And I do also have to say, just because as we're talking about Bob and Tina's love, my love for Tina is coming out. And watching a grown man mess Tina around like that, ooh, I get my mama bear on for sure.
Oh, it's not cool at all. And he's voiced by Paul F. Tompkins, who is in everything. He's one of those comedians in that world. And he's the perfect voice for that character. These men, these Equesticles, are based on real life men. It's typically men, I think, or adults who are obsessed with My Little Pony.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're called bronies. And
really?
There's a whole community.
Okay.
And they dress up and they go to these conventions and they just like, So that's where I guess the idea comes from for this whole world. I mean, that's definitely where the Equestranauts comes from. It's super My Little Pony.
It's definitely based on it.
Yeah.
They do set, at the beginning of the episode, they do, like, we see the little start of the cartoon, and it is pitch perfect. Like, the formula of the horses and the name. It's just like pitch perfect to any other cartoon like this.
Totally. It's such a like typical like it's 80s Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
So here's some more fun facts for you. A bunch of the show's crew members are drawn as Equesticles at the convention in the
I
backgrounds.
love that.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't it be fun to be on the
That's a
crew
good-
and then have a little drawing of you as one of these?
Yeah. You're like, look, honey, that's me in a horse costume.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, thumbs up to Linda for making that horse costume for Bob. It's really good.
And it was done in like half a day, if that.
I know they make fun of him because it's not professional, but wow.
It's amazing.
Well done, Linda.
Yeah.
By the way, I know you can get those figures of Bob as
You
as
can.
what is it? Bob Soft. What is his name? Bobcephala?
I don't
Something
know.
like that?
Yeah.
I know the Bob's fans are going nuts on me right now.
I just am not good at names.
There's a lot of hard things to pronounce in this episode.
I could probably tell you every episode that Louise wears a raincoat, but I can't remember basic names.
It's okay. The other the other Equesticles in the group of Branconius are Sun Puddle,
Remember that?
Horseplay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Fabulous.
Pony Danza.
Okay, those are all fabulous, and I have to say, I found his friends very endearing.
They were those were nice adult men,
Yes.
you know?
And they get the message
Yeah.
at the end. I found the ending very satisfying. Tina being the hero and saying, this isn't what the Equestranauts are about.
Oh my god, when he suckles on the Tina's toy to try and get youth from it. Branconius.
Braun, don't. ES.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm regretting that.
Oh, don't ever regret it. Would Linda?
No.
Would Jean?
No.
Right. At the after party in the hotel room, a singer is singing in the background, and apparently they're singing a slowed down version of the Equestranauts theme song, which we'll hear in the end credits when we get to that.
Oh my gosh, amazing. I didn't catch that in the end credits.
Yeah. And speaking of the after party, we love talking about how well this show does with continuity over the course of the series. You know, our favorite one is the ice cream machine having the shark teeth dented into it. Well, Bob gets a tattoo in this episode. It's an incomplete tattoo.
I've been wondering about this.
And it appears in all future episodes whenever that area of his body is shown naked. So we'll have to keep an eye out moving forward
I was
as we're going through
literally wondering that because I know they're good at the
episodes.
at that.
So it's there. We'll just keep an eye out. And hopefully...
Okay, that is love.
Yeah,
That
I
is
agree.
fatherly love.
I agree.
I would be pissed. I would be so pissed.
If you got a little tattoo,
Yeah.
would you complete
better
it
than
or
the
do you
big-
want an incomplete tattoo at that point?
It's pretty small. So I feel like cover-ups never... If you didn't want a tattoo to begin with, I would probably leave it. And the truth is, I'd probably get it lasered off.
Yeah, if
But it's
small
a good
enough.
it's a good cocktail story.
That's true.
I mean,
Maybe Bob keeps it. He's like, I did this for my daughter. This was
Yeah.
me, you know.
and then
I
it's a
would've-
great story.
I would have tattooed my entire back for Tina.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Love you, Bob. That's all I've got. Do we want to get into these end credits?
Let's do it.
So the last moment before the end credits, which we'll play, is Tina's in her room. She's decided that she's grown out of playing with a Chariot doll after everything that Bob has gone through. And Bob's not thrilled that she's packing up Chariot.
Nope.
Tina, play with the doll!
Play with the doll, Tina. Come on, do it. again.
Play with it!
Hey, okay, nay.
Make it jump!
She doesn't have
I know it doesn't jump. You know how I know that?
because
Because I read 1,200 pages of Equestranauts crap. Keep playing with it.
okay, yeah. Good night.
Good night.
A bond of friendship greater than any force in the universe.
Tell me what happens after Bob storms out of Tina's room and makes her
Woo.
play with her Chariot doll, and she's unenthusiastically doing so.
That's amazing. Oh, before we get into the credits, I just have to say I give Linda Mom of the Year because I guarantee you wherever that hotel was not close to their house, and she drove back and forth to that place like 17 million times.
True.
Okay. Props to Mom. Okay, so we have the classic kitchen setup, and except Bob is in his horse costume, which is fabulous because we get to see it from the back, so the mane and the tail. And Louise is there, but Tina's not. I'll let you take that in a moment. But we also see the lyrics of this song on the bottom of the screen in rainbow colors. And it's like one of those sing-along songs. So Chariot the pony is hopping on each word like karaoke style, like as you should sing it.
Yeah. And we hear Tina singing in the song.
We sure do.
And the lyrics that we heard were a bond of friendship greater than any force in the universe.
And what do we see Tina doing?
So Tina is now on the other side of the service window out in the restaurant, kind of in the behind the counter, and she is playing with her Chariot doll, kind of like just like running her
Doll on the counter.
kind of just holding her horse in the air like it's like flying around.
A bond of friendship greater than any force in the universe.
Okay, so they repeat.
Teddy.
Yeah, they repeat a bond of friendship greater than any force in the universe. And we hear Teddy singing along, and we hear, I guess, some of the other cast members coming in.
Yeah, there's like
There's
a
really
high female
one.
voice.
Yeah.
Tina's also like pumping her arm to the song.
Oh, that's right. So one
Yeah.
hand is playing with Chariot, and the other one is pumping her. Yeah, pumping in the air.
Yeah.
So this is clearly playing in the restaurant, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob and Louise are just going as normal. Bob just happens to be in his horse costume.
Mm-hmm.
Minnie and Pegasus flying in clouds so high. Headline chariot, come to my place tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so I hear Louise and I hear Linda.
And Tina.
Yeah.
I don't hear Gene in there, but I assume he's in there.
Maybe he made the music.
Yeah.
He didn't make the music. The show did.
Right.
Yeah.
So Linda makes her appearance in the window, grabs the burger to go search. She's just doing her normal stuff, and Tina's going back and forth, kind of like last week's episode.
It's
just Tina's back there instead of Teddy and his little girlfriend. Those lyrics were Minnie and Pegasus, flying in clouds so high, head horn and chariot, come to my place tonight. And then we're going to get to the chorus, the Equestranauts chorus here.
And Tina's making her way back through the window now.
Come to my place tonight. Equestranauts, we're brothers forever. Equestranauts, we're bonded together. Bonded together, Equestranauts. Equestranauts.
Okay, I heard Gene in there during that last thing. So
It's the family and Teddy.
yeah, so the chorus is Equestranauts, we're brothers forever. Equestranauts, we're bonded together. Equestranauts, Equestranauts. I'm getting better at saying it because of this song.
Yeah. I just got the feels for a second.
It's okay. We'll get into that. Let me just finish what happened. It's
Okay.
just Tina's going back and forth, still pumping her fists, still playing with Chariot, and then Gene comes in his bird costume, walks across the screen like normal. So everyone's normal except for Tina in this. But I love that they're all joining in and singing the song. I love that they decided to do the cast, the family singing it rather than the actual Equestranauts theme song.
Yes. What it reminds me of, I'm an only child, so I don't have a bunch of siblings, but I can imagine when you have an older sister who has an obsession, whether you hate it or love it, everybody knows the words, everybody knows the lyrics, and it becomes this family thing. So I just got big family vibes.
I, as a younger brother who has an older sister, about 4 years older, and grew up in the 80s, probably where these cartoons were at their peak, I'd say. Yeah, I can verify that even stuff that I was maybe not into, but my sister was into, I knew all the words to. I would, sing them because you had to watch them.
Yeah.
With your older sibling.
Yeah. And the Belchers in 20 years from now will be like, oh my God, do you remember Tina's Equestronaut phase? And then they'll have to go through the whole episode again because that's not a story you forget. But I love them all singing, and it's not perfect singing. Louise kind of falls behind a little bit from what I heard. It feels very organic to the family.
And then Linda holds out one of those tonights because she's doing her Linda thing.
Of course.
By the way, this episode versus our last versus last week's episode, we're going Linda singing head to head. Linda's singing too much, and this is perfect.
Yep.
Linda's singing last time. Ugh.
Well, you brought up such a good point because I noticed it too. These are almost the exact same credits as last week, except it's Tina who's going back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know you said that. I'm repeating it.
Yeah.
But those scored our lowest. And this is just, the tone is better.
Yeah, definitely.
And the episode's better, which I think does play into how much we love the credits.
Do you have a highlight or a low light?
For some reason, I like Tina jumping. Like, I don't know if she's like pretending to be a horse and like jumping over jumps or something, but she's like jumping as she plays. It's like really funny to me. I don't know why.
Super cute. I just love the song, and I love the family all singing it together. It reminds me when they all sing the Boys for Now song.
Yes, that's so cute. I also think Tina is she's on the border of maybe being too old, and that's super endearing to me. She's just being her unapologetically.
Yeah. Well, this is probably after Bob yelled at her to play with it too.
Yeah.
So maybe she's showing.
But she was into
being a little
it.
showy, yeah.
No, she's genuinely into it.
Yeah.
Okay, do you just love Bob standing there with his bushy tail?
I love it. I think it's great. And that's why it's such an iconic image from the show.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
And I know, like I said, you can buy the figure. I forgot which company did it. Our friend Paul at Paul Makes, POLMAKES, who makes the incredible Bob figurines. He made one of these that's incredible. I don't know who bought it, but so good. You can see it on his Etsy or on his Instagram. It's so classic. It's just, you just know exactly what it's from and what episode it's from.
Iconic.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your theory on why Bob is... I'll pitch you something maybe. Do we think Bob is still in his costume because they have to, after this crazy day, they need to make some dinner?
Or they have to serve dinner. Like
they have to serve.
I feel like what we said is like they've got to get home to, like, they've got a restaurant to run.
Yeah,
so Bob doesn't have time to. He's like, oh shoot, we've got customers. We've got to get. This is how we make money. This is our living. We're spending so much time doing all this other stuff. We got to get home and cook.
I feel like that's the case, but then Linda's like, Bob, maybe just keep it on a little longer.
Well, that would be on private time, though. He can always.
She's always saying shit like that in front of everyone. Or she's like, I spent all day making that. You're going to stay in that.
Oh, my handsome horseman.
Nay.
Nay. Want to run my hands through your mane. Should we score them?
Yeah.
Okay. We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's I'll go first this time?
Yeah.
I will give these a solid 9 H's.
Wow.
I like the song a lot.
Uh-huh.
I like Bob and his horse costume a lot. And I like just the family singing the song. It puts me in a good mood. It's feel good after they've battled this awful, disgusting human male.
Ugh.
It's just, they're just really good end credits.
I also like the pony going up on its hind legs when it gets to the end of a word.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that the bouncing dot on the word is chariot?
Yeah.
That was cute too. I'll match your 9.
Okay, great.
My favorite part is the family feels.
It's good. I love hearing them sing together.
Yeah.
So that's that. Thank you everyone for listening. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Bob's Credits. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Bob's Credits. We're going to do that villain episode, but there's lots of other stuff up there for you.
So here's the situation with Patreon. We are giving 2 bonus episodes every month. We do like different characters. It's all different little inside Bob stuff. So go subscribe and you'll get 2 extra episodes a month.
That was beautifully said.
Oh.
You're really good at that. Anything else you want to tell everyone before we get out of here?
Stay Equestranauts.
I like that. So you got really good at saying it too.
Yeah. Oh, it could be like Equestranauts.
Oh, I like that. That's even
That's Linda
better.
and Bob's bedroom time.
You're making me feel Equestranauts,
Naughty.
Bob. It also sounds like a secret society, like the Illuminati.